Have you ever been called extra? Maybe you're just slightly extra, and everyone else is just giving bare minimum. Food for thought. Cheers, babe.
Let's go.
Do what I say, don't do what I do. Heels so high, can't walk in my shoes. Life is a game, I win, I don't lose. I don't lose. I'm the only one.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Slightly Extra. I'm your host, Leanne, and today I am joined by a very special guest, someone who I have known for literally her entire life, someone who I love so much, and someone who loves me so much to the point that she literally stole my entire personality, identity, voice, look, everything. So everyone, please help me welcome to the podcast my youngest sister, Annette.
Hi.
Are you nervous?
A little now.
Don't be scared. Why? Because everyone knows you're a fraud now.
Yeah. Yeah.
You stole my entire personality.
You wish.
No, I do wish. I know. And I love it. But welcome. I'm excited to have you here today. As you know, or maybe you don't know, because I don't know if she's ever listened to my podcast episodes or not.
I
but
have.
Okay, good.
I'm
Seriously.
one episode behind, but I've been
Aw,
listening.
That's so sweet. Thank you. Love you for that. Okay, so we open up every episode. Well, I typically open up every episode with like a slightly extra moment or something slightly extra about myself. But since you're a guest today, I'm going to let you do the slightly extra moment. So what is a slightly extra thing about yourself? A slightly extra moment? What's something extra about you? I mean, I feel like you're pretty chill, but
Well, I was thinking today because, yeah, I'm pretty chill. I was like, I don't know a slightly extra moment about me. But we were talking, and then I came to the conclusion that my slightly extra thing about me is I'm really good about not answering my phone. I suck at answering my phone. This is like a chronic thing for me.
horrible.
Everybody tells me, my family tells me, my friends tell me. I don't know why. And I see your text messages. I see them come through,
Yeah.
and I look at it, and then I respond in my head, and then I just put it away.
Interesting. So you like see it, you just choose not to answer.
Yeah.
So I feel like you're slightly
Or like group chats. Like I read the group chats,
interesting.
but then I don't answer.
Like-
And then everybody's like, where's Chonchi? And I'll be like, oh, Chonchi's here.
We call Annette Chonchi in our
Oh, yeah.
family. That's like her nickname.
Yeah.
So okay, I feel like your slightly extra moment is that you're like so intense on boundaries to the point that like you don't answer people
Yeah.
for like 2 or 3 months, and then you pop out
No,
of nowhere.
It's not that long.
It's not that long. It's like 2 or 3 weeks. And then
Yeah.
you pop up out of nowhere and you're
couple
like,
days.
hey,
No,
what's up?
weeks.
Like nonchalant, and everyone's like, where the fuck have you been? And you're like, what do you mean? I've been like busy, and
Yeah.
I've been doing this, and I've been studying. And I feel like you just gaslight us to think that we're crazy. But really, we've been like searching for you for weeks. So,
But I'm not gaslighting. I'm being honest.
yeah, I know. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I just get very overwhelmed with text messages.
You know, I get overwhelmed with text messages
Because
too.
it's like the family chat, the sisters chat,
Yeah.
the sisters with the husbands chat,
It's,
my
like, too
friends
much.
chat.
it's a lot. It's too much.
Yeah.
And then not only is it just text
And I
messages
silence
now,
them.
Yeah, I do that too. Because like not only is it text messages now, but it's like now I have like TikTok messages.
Yeah.
And not
DMs.
only, like single DMs, but like group DMs. And I'm like, can we pick like one to talk in, please?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I have you on here today because today we're going to talk about oldest sister versus youngest sister dynamic, how those roles that we were given or kind of assigned growing up trickle into our adult life.
Yeah.
And then also just to like, because I was looking, obviously like we know these dynamics and stuff, but there's research that shows that birth order can actually affect like personality. So I feel like oldest kids are typically like considered the most structured, more responsible. Younger kids tend to be like freer, a little more chaotic, like bending
Yeah.
the rules and shit. So, yeah, so we're gonna.
Well, I think I definitely fall like heavily into the youngest sibling role, and then you fall heavily into the oldest.
Yeah.
But you are the oldest, so like the oldest sibling role.
Yes. Yeah.
I am like a true younger sibling.
I agree.
And
1,000%.
I love it.
Yeah, I know.
It's so much fun.
I know. You don't
My
get
life
to do
is so easy.
So easy. Her life is literally so easy. She just shows up to shit.
Yeah, and everybody's like so happy to see me, and I'm like,
Have you ever planned a thing in your life? Honestly.
no, I like defer to you.
I know. No, you literally never planned
I really do.
in your life.
Like my birthday, I was like, everybody was asking, Annette, what are you gonna do for your birthday? Are you doing something? It's like 2 weeks ahead. I was like, I don't know. Let me ask my sister, see if she can plan something for me.
And so, but like, let me ask my sister is like, you're just saying.
Well,
like,
I have an idea, but it's just like, I'm not like a coordinator. I don't.
No.
Life, like things just happen for me.
Yeah, no, things just magically happen for her. How lucky is she that things just happen?
Yeah.
No, but like more so, you're like, let me ask you. You're just like, it's me asking you, what do you want to do for your birthday? And you're just like, I don't know. And then it's me getting frustrated because it's like in 3 days and you have no plans. And I'm like, okay, let me just figure something out for you. And then I end up just planning the whole entire thing.
Yeah,
so.
that's true.
But that's your strategy, I think.
Yeah. But I had so much fun on my birthday.
It was so fun. I know. You're welcome. It was so fun. Okay, we're gonna start with some questions, and I feel like it's just gonna open up the conversation, and then we'll get into like the dynamic of the oldest versus youngest energy.
Okay.
If you can't already pick up on it.
Yeah.
Okay. How would you describe? And we can talk about this together. But how would you describe oldest sister energy versus youngest sister energy?
I mean, just like kind of like an example like that, how I just said. I'm very chill. I feel like nobody puts pressure on me. I never had like any pressure for like anything growing up. So
That's insane.
it's like way more chill. Like not, I mean, I guess you could categorize it as like a type B vibe, but I think that's more so personality also because I think I can be very like type A with like my cleanliness and stuff like that, but a lot of things I'm not. But just like less pressure. I'm not as like regimented. I'm not like, I never had like you were like, I was like responsible for my younger sibling. Like I had nobody to be responsible for.
That's so true.
Other than like myself and like Lola, my dog.
Yeah, and your dog. Yeah. And responsible for yourself, like if that.
Yeah.
Most of
because you guys were older, so it's like, what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
Like, you know?
Yeah. That's so true. And then I feel like oldest sister for me, right? Like energy was you're in charge of everyone. Remember, you're the oldest, so it was like being in charge of not only myself because expectations were very high. Our parents had very high expectations for me, but they also had very high expectations for how I managed in a sense or how I took care of you guys as the younger siblings. Yeah. And then I feel like if something wrong, like, or one of you would do something bad or something was wrong with one of you, it was like put on me to like, can you talk to her? Can you fix this? Like kind of putting me into that parental role. So which then makes me like anxious, like the typical like anxious type A, like high strung kind of oldest sister energy. So
like you have to be a good example, but you also have to be a good sister. And then you're like, like you were like my other mom. Yeah. And like that was always like fights between us growing up. I was like, you're not my mom, you're my sister. So
I was like, I don't know how to be anything else.
You're like, I literally changed your diapers.
Literally, I like literally changed your diapers. But I feel like if you can even pick it up, I feel like on this conversation, I'm like more like, and you're just like, I just like am chill.
Yeah,
so
just like things happen for me.
Just like things happen for her. That's amazing. I wish things would just happen for me.
It's amazing.
I feel like I try, and I work so hard, and things don't happen for me. And I feel like
that's not true.
You cruise through life, and things happen for you.
Yeah.
So nice. What would you say is the most like oldest sister thing I do? And you kind of, I feel like maybe already answered it, but
for example, today I'm on my way. Well, I'm before.
No, I did anything today.
Before you called me and I was like, oh, I'm at the dentist and then I'm gonna go work out and then I'm gonna come and I was like, I'll be here on 4. And you said, oh, but you know, be mindful of the traffic and all this stuff. And I was like, I know. I already took that into consideration, which is why I said I was going to leave at 4, not 5.
True.
Yeah.
That is
just
true.
Like little things like that where it's like, you're always like, oh, but Annette, but what about this? Or did you think about this? And I'll be like, yes.
Yeah, because I also, I feel like it's still something instilled in me that I'm just like, making sure that like you get it because you're more like laid back type and you're not, if you don't feel the need to say something, you don't overly explain or express.
No, I never overly explain.
And so
anything.
like
I had already thought about, like, I was like, oh, the traffic and like driving over here, but I just said, oh, cool, I'll be here at 4.
Yeah, but my thing is like I don't read minds, so I didn't know you already thought about that. So I'm like,
but it's okay,
questions.
no worries, I'll be here at 4.
Yeah, well, I don't know that. She's like saying like, yeah, I'm going at 4. For me, like, I'm going at 4. Like, are you going to be here at 4? Are you leaving at 4? What does that mean? It feels like I'm always, like, pulling teeth. And then, like, I don't know. This could be a generational thing, too, because, like, I'm a millennial. And while you claim to be a millennial.
No, I'm a zillennial.
You're a zillennial. But I feel like.
I think I'm on the cusp.
You're on the cusp, but I feel like you maybe personality-wise gear more towards, like, Gen Z vibe.
Yeah,
like, where it's, like,
so.
millennials, like, I'm cringe. And she's like, cool. And apparently, I don't know, it's not cool to be like millennial or ask questions or have your shit together.
That's not true. It's just different. It's just different energies.
I'm going to answer this about you, but I want you to answer it about yourself first. What do you think is the most youngest sister thing about you?
What's not younger sister about me, honestly?
True, but what's like the most?
I think I'm just like very laid back. I'm very go with the flow. I'm like, it's not that deep. Nothing's that deep. It's okay. Like, I'm okay with like other people making the decision. Like, if you want to go to this restaurant, like, I'm fine with it. It's okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, maybe I'm a little bit too laid back sometimes, but I'm like so laid back and you're probably going to say that about me too.
Yeah. No, that okay, so I was going to say 2 things. That, yes. I feel like your favorite quote, like whenever I come to you with like a problem or like something, like you give advice, but then at the end of it, you're just like, it's not that deep.
But
it's not like that serious though. Like, who cares type thing. Like, don't let it bother you. And I'm like, yeah,
don't let it bother you.
Easier said than done when it's like my anxiety type A brain is like spiraling, overthinking.
Yeah.
And then I was gonna say like, which I also feel like this is kind of like a Gen Z thing too, but like a youngest sister thing as well, is that I feel like youngest sisters, siblings in general, have this vibe of thinking that like they're like the best in the family.
What? You're crazy. I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking
this
about.
like silent judgment. And you know what I mean. Like the silent
But
like, why is my family so fucking dumb? Like, and then you're like, so. You can't even say no.
I mean, it's not judgment, but it's just like, I think I definitely, I don't know, but I know I do. I'm clogging myself right now. I know I do 100% because when you got like, if you or Alejandra, our other sister, are like going off on something and it's like, as I said, it does not matter. Like, it's like
Nothing
not deep
matters.
at all. I'm just like staring at you guys and I'm like,
You're like,
yeah.
why do you guys care about this? Like,
Yeah.
it's like, it's not that
But it's not
deep.
that I think that I'm better. I'm just like,
It's that, I'm telling you.
it's just the energy. Like, it's just
It's that Gen Z, like, that silent judgment of just, like, looking at people and just being like,
yeah. Yeah.
You know? Just like,
Ay, pobre.
ay, pobrecita.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, literally. Okay, this is a good question.
That is
because
really true about me, though.
It is true about, I feel like
Yeah.
youngest siblings in general.
Yeah. Well,
They
because
just
I
have
like,
this,
I'm like peeping everybody because everybody's older than me. So I'm like, I'm learning from you and I'm learning from you and then learning from you. And then as I just get older, I'm just like, huh.
Like, everyone's really fucked up here.
Yeah. I'm like, am I better? I'm just kidding.
Am I the best
Yeah.
of the family?
Am I the most like sane?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, this is like typical youngest sister shit.
Yeah.
Youngest sister paired with Gen Z shit.
Yeah.
Do you think, I mean, I know the answer to this. Do you think our mom and dad, our parents, treated us differently based on our birth order? And if so, how?
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, by the time they got to me, like they were, I didn't, but I was a good kid, but because I think.
Mm-hmm.
But,
I mean, I guess compared to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I was like, I didn't do like crazy things, but I think by 100% mom and dad like were, I just did whatever.
Yeah.
I didn't have like curfews. I didn't, they weren't like on me for like anything, like getting a job and doing like, I did that on my own because I saw everybody like my older siblings doing it. But they were like, I would go out on a Thursday night with my friends to like, I mean, we would go to Tijuana Flats for like, oh no, it was Tuesdays, Taco Tuesdays. But
yeah,
you know.
Yeah. No, for sure.
Yeah.
I feel like we're one of four, so by the time they got to you, you're the fourth.
They were like, I'm exhausted.
I'm tired.
Yeah.
This is a lot of work.
She's got to fend for herself.
Yeah,
like,
she's like, she'll be fine. Like,
yeah,
she's got
like, yeah.
3 older siblings.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was like
somebody's bound to like clock me with something. If it's like you, or if it was Alejandra, or if it was Felipe, or it was mom, dad, like somebody was like, there's other people
who
like,
will
you know,
like say something. Yeah, no, for sure. And then I feel like for me, it was the total fucking opposite. They were so strict with like, what grades were you getting?
Oh my God, mom, you helped me do my college applications, like SATs essays and stuff. You wrote my essays for me. Yeah.
Oh, I wrote the one essay that got submitted. Do you want to tell the story?
Yeah. It was in 7th grade though. Yeah.
Thing to do. Yeah.
I don't know like why you ended up writing it for me. I think I asked you or something. And it was in 7th grade, and I'm like, English was like my worst subject. I hated it. I don't like writing essays. I don't like reading Well, now I like to read, but like I didn't like the English stuff. I just hated it. Lan ended up writing an essay for me in 7th grade. I submitted it. I didn't think anything of it. And then like the next week I came to class, and my teacher like was like, she made an announcement and said like, I submitted an essay that a student wrote. It was amazing. Like, it was so advanced. It was just, the grammar was amazing, the storytelling. And she was like, and like, Annette, this is amazing. And I was like, what? I had no idea I didn't even read it. I just literally was like, thank you so much. And I submitted it. And I was like, and she submitted it to like a contest. Yeah, like a contest, and I won. And she was so proud that one of her students, like from her class, was like this amazing young writer. And I was like, thank you so much. Like, yeah, my passion for writing is like just amazing. Like, I just dream and I wake up and I think about writing, and I just like love writing. This is like the typical oldest sister. I had no idea I didn't even know what the prompt was. I just literally you didn't even know what I wrote, anything about what I wrote. This is typical like oldest doing the work for the younger sibling, because she's like, I got the credit for it. Yeah, get the credit for it. Gets submitted to a state competition, wins the state competition. Yeah. I think it was in state. I think it was like county or something, but still, whatever. Like I won. Yeah, I won. I mean, yeah, at that point I was in high school. I would hope I would beat out these middle school writers. Yeah. So I guess okay, not too shabby. No, but literally this is typical like oldest youngest. This is typical like. This is why you see, and then people wonder. You wonder how things just happen for me. Because I do everything. Yeah. She gets everything done for her. I know. But yeah, no. I was like, oh my God, I got caught. Like at first. And then she was like, yeah, I was like, dang, like she, like, this is way ahead of my times, you know? And like my previous essays were like, not it. You know what I mean? So I was like, shit, I got caught. That is hilarious. And then I got praised, and I was like, ah. You're like, ah, amazing. No, that was so funny. When you told me, I was like, wait, seriously? Yeah. Your essay? But yeah, going back to like being treated differently, like I had curfews. Mom and dad always cared about like my grades. Yeah. No. It was like they even cared about who I was friends with, to the point where they were like, I don't want you being friends with this person. We're very involved in like my love and dating life of like, this guy is not good for you. We don't like him. Like all, like they were very involved, to the point where I feel like it turned me into a rebel. And I feel like that maybe happens. I don't know. It's like weird, because I feel like sometimes the youngest kids too strict. The kids, exactly. Like your kids turn into like rebels in a sense. So I'd be like sneaking out of the house and stuff. But then like my punishment, if I would get caught doing anything bad, or if my grades were bad, or if I was just like acting out, was like 10 times worse than like your punishment. Like my punishments were like, you're not going to homecoming. We're taking away your phone for a week. You're grounded for the next 3 weekends. Like, did you even ever have punishment like that? No, never. That's wild. Oh my gosh. You need to like discipline, I feel. I don't think so. I think I'm good. No, but I think it's like, it's weird because we have the same parents, we grew up in the same house, but we had a completely different
experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and I remember once I came home from like college.
But I was very chill.
I think you and
was, like, a good
Alejandra
kid.
were chill because you saw like your older siblings, your two older
Yeah.
siblings, maybe like our parents were so strict on
But
my
you guys
brother
rebelled
and I
so hard
that
and then
we like rebelled because we were like,
Yeah.
fuck this shit. Like, we're gonna sneak out of the house, we're gonna party, we're gonna
Yeah.
drink in high school, we're gonna skip school, we're gonna do all these things. And I feel like you guys saw that.
Yeah.
And which I feel like is very typical for like a family, like youngest, older sister dynamic, where the younger siblings, like maybe they either see that
and then they become that or
yeah, or they're like, oof, I learned my lesson and I'm
Yeah.
not gonna do that. Or
I'm gonna be like, I'm not gonna sneak out of this window, but I'll sneak out of the other one.
I was just gonna say that. Or you learn like, I'm gonna do that,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna better it because they're
Yeah.
idiots and they did it the wrong way, and I'm gonna do it the
and
right way.
I had 3 older siblings to learn from, so
Yeah.
I was like, if I stayed out late, I knew what to say.
Yeah.
If I was like if I just always had a good backup plan because I had these receipts in my brain, and I was like, well, Leanne did this, and then Felipe did this one time, and then Alejandra said this one time, so then
I'm gonna do this.
I'm prepared.
Yeah, you were always prepared.
Yeah.
I'll never forget. I came home from like college one day, and you were in high school, but like your boyfriend was in your room.
Yeah.
And literally doors closed and locked, which in my, like, when I was growing up in high school, like, I couldn't even have a boy in my room.
Yeah.
And I remember I went downstairs and I'm like, Mom, I'm like, they were literally upstairs in her room.
I was downstairs.
You were still like, where is it, upstairs? Downstairs.
No,
I was
I
like,
was
but they're in the
downstairs.
room and the door's like closed and locked. And Mom's like, ay, ya no tengo la paciencia. Like, I just don't have the
We were
patience
watching
anymore.
Prison Break.
She's like, I just don't have like the energy anymore. And I'm like,
Yeah.
this is wrong. So I feel like in that moment where you're saying like,
Yeah.
I would act like your mom and we would get into these arguments and that,
Yeah.
because we never really fought growing
No.
up. It was if we did fight,
If we did,
because
it was
I was
always-
acting like
Yeah.
your mother, because my mom was just sometimes like,
What are you gonna do?
what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
If she's gonna do it, she's gonna do it. And I'm like, open the door! Like, you guys shouldn't be doing this. Like, this is bad, because also it's not fucking fair. Like, why did you get away with everything? And I have like trauma. I'm going to therapy. I'm
Oh my
like,
gosh.
fucked.
Yeah, you're the only sibling that got a new car.
True.
The only
There are perks.
Yeah, you new clothes, knew that everything was like hand me down,
Yeah, that's true.
used, whatever.
I will say that is the perk of being an oldest sibling, that you get fresh everything. Like, I
Yeah.
got the new car, I got the new clothes, the new computers, the new laptops, the
computers,
new iPhones. I got the new everything. And I do feel like
I
not to
literally
brag,
I remember the first phone I had was
my old phone.
your old pink Razor.
I loved that phone.
Yeah.
Did you
And
inherit the green chocolate too?
No,
The chocolate
it was
phone? That
just the
was so fun.
Razor. And I remember I had it in
That was
middle
a
school, and
moment.
everybody had like all their sidekicks, and I was like, fuck.
Okay, but the Razor was a vibe. It was cool.
Yeah.
But the sidekick
No, but
was
the
like
sidekicks were, like,
I know.
all those side phones
Yeah.
were in, and I was like, I have and it was like beat up.
It was beat up. It went through hell and back.
Yeah.
But I will say, like, a flex on being and like bragging rights of oldest siblings is like, your parents get all the
You got your own room. I had to share a
That's
room.
true. Okay, but we'll get to the room second. But bragging rights of first siblings is like, you get to be the first of everything, which is like special, because it's like, I did that first. Or like,
yeah.
the
And then
parents-
by the time I came
I
around,
was
they were like,
first,
yeah.
her second birthday, who cares? Let's just
Yeah.
fucking take her to McDonald's.
They were like, oh my gosh, I've been to 3 college
Yeah.
graduations, so I have to go to this one.
oh my God, wait, they like didn't go to yours, right?
Wait, no. Did dad come to my nursing?
No, okay, you had two.
I had
separate
2.
colleges. So
I had
you had a
2.
nursing school,
Yeah.
college graduation.
Like I had my pinning ceremony, and then I had my
actual
other
college.
bachelor's. Yeah,
They went to the
but
nursing one.
you guys came to my bachelor's
I
one.
came to everything. See,
Yeah,
I show up for.
I don't think dad came. Did dad come? Oh,
No,
he
it was
did.
just me and Alejandra.
No,
No, it was just me and
to my
Alejandra.
pinning ceremony.
To the
he came.
pinning.
Yeah, everybody came to my pinning
Damn,
ceremony.
they were like,
that
yeah,
was
no,
the
we're
more
good.
important one. That was the more
important
important one
anyway.
Yeah,
But do you see?
yeah, and they were like, to drive up to Orlando again? No.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, and also back to the room thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I did get my own room, and you always had to share. However,
Mm-hmm.
I was a really nice oldest sister because when I went off to college, I went up to you because, like, okay, you and Alejandra, so my middle sister and you, our middle sister and you shared a room, but you guys fought. You and Alejandra fought a lot. They butt
so much.
so much. They fought a lot. So I saw the tension.
It was pure torture upstairs. On the bottom bunk, I was really suffering.
On the bottom bunk, you were suffering. And I remember that you were suffering.
Yeah.
So I went up to you and I was like, hey, I'm leaving for college. Like, you can take my room downstairs. Yeah. And I'm going to finish. Hold on. Because I was like, you can take my room downstairs. Super nice. Do whatever you want to it. Paint it. I don't care. Like, room is yours. Super sweet, giving, selfless oldest sister. Okay. I came back one year. Annette?
Yeah.
I came back one year and we had already all moved out of the house. So it was just mom and we came back for like a holiday.
Like it was just me and mom.
No. Like you had moved to college.
Oh, okay.
So like nobody lived in the house anymore. Mom had empty nested. You were like in Orlando in college. I was living like in Fort Lauderdale, I think at the time. And for the holidays, we were all going to sleep over there, like spend Christmas Eve there, Noche Buena, and then wake up for Christmas there. Mm-hmm. For some reason, like there was no room for me to sleep anywhere. So I asked if I could sleep downstairs in her room, which was like really our room, which was my room initially. But like now it was her, whatever. Like, but it was really no one's room because no one lived there. And you told me no. You were like, no, Lan, the bed's not big enough. And I'm like, bitch, I gave up this room for you.
It was my room.
But I didn't even have a room at the house. So I was like, what, am I going to sleep on the couch?
It was a comfy couch.
It was a comfy couch, but like, do you see how ungrateful these youngest siblings are?
Oh my gosh. No, but the second you moved out, I remember I was like, I want new furniture. I want to paint the room.
And I was so nice that I let you do that.
You weren't home.
Yes.
Okay,
but
your
room could
room
have caused a scene and been like, bitch, don't go in my room. Don't touch my room.
But your room was also hot pink and brown.
It was a vibe back then.
No.
It was
and I was like, I don't know why I painted it gray, but I was like, it must be gray.
Oh. I think I'd prefer the hot pink and brown has character.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
Okay. Ooh, this is like okay. Let's do it this way. When we were younger, who would you say was the rule follower and who was the rule breaker? And older now, who would you say is more rule follower versus rule breaker?
Younger, you were the rule breaker.
Yeah.
I was, I guess, the rule follower, but I kind of did what I wanted. But I like followed rules. Mm-hmm. And then now, I don't know. I think we both follow some rules and then we both break some rules, like as adults.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty balanced now.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely do think younger, it's weird because I feel like I broke more rules, but I also followed a lot more rules too. I think I had more rules, therefore there were more rules for me to break, whereas there were no rules for you. Yeah, so you might have seemed like a rule follower, but like you really didn't even have rules growing up.
Yeah.
And if you did, they were like very minor.
Yeah.
And very achievable. Like,
yeah.
Nothing crazy.
Do the dishes.
Something really stupid.
Yeah.
Put your clothes away.
Yeah.
How did our roles growing up, do you think, help us or hurt us as we're older now?
I mean, me being so chill, me being very, like, I don't know. I feel like I definitely was independent too because I was the youngest one and because all my siblings left and I was kind of by myself for a little bit. So I watched every single one of them like leave and go to college and stuff like that. So I grew independence there. But I've also have been very like lax, all that stuff. So I feel like it's helped me, especially in my job, But sometimes, like, in my personal life, I can definitely be a little bit too lax, where it's like I just like Annette just like say something or like make a decision. I suck at making decisions.
Yeah,
I'm always like, I don't care. I don't, whatever you want. Like, I'm down for whatever. And I truly am down for whatever. But sometimes I'm like leaning towards one thing, but it's just like just to keep the peace and just to keep like, you know what I mean?
You're along for the ride, but you also don't want to like ruffle feathers or anything. I think it's definitely helped you in your job as like a nurse.
Yeah.
Especially like when you were an ER nurse, like staying calm in very, very high stress situations, which are insane. And then on the flip side, what you're saying too of like not being a decision maker is I feel like in your eyes, and maybe for a lot of like non-decision makers, it seems like I'm just so easy. I'm just being so easy and so flexible. But for someone who's constantly the decision maker, who that is like put on their plate, it's like very frustrating sometimes because it can be extremely exhausting having to make like all the decisions. Like for instance, we just went on this amazing like almost 2-week trip like up the California coast, and we went to like Yosemite and Napa, and like
beautiful.
It was me, Annette, and my husband. And Annette and my husband are both this like type B, like chill, whatever you want,
We're both youngest siblings.
And at some point, I think I freaked out on both of you, and I was like, I am so sick of making the fucking decisions and for thinking. Like, I don't want to think anymore. You two figure it out. Like, I was so frustrated.
It was over like dinner. We were like, oh my gosh.
Like, it's a lot of work sometimes. Like, and you know, like I'm there to like unwind and not have to like continue to be a decision maker.
Yeah. No, I totally feel that.
I feel like for me, like oldest child wise, like obviously like everything was always put on me. Like you are supposed to do this and you're responsible for this or whatever. And I think it's helped me so much in life in the sense of where like if I want something, I go for it. And like, I don't need anyone's help. I don't need anyone else's like approval. Like if there's something I want, I'm going to go for it. And I'm very organized and I'm extremely disciplined. It's taught me to be very disciplined in my life, which is fantastic. However, on the flip side of that, there was so much pressure put on me to be like perfect and to never be wrong and to always have to like make these decisions and like be there for everyone and make sure that I'm like the example of what, you know, everyone should follow. And I'm always poised and staying classy and like that I'm portraying this like very good image. And that I feel like has negatively impacted me.
Well, because you just put all this, not that it's unnecessary, but some of it is like very unnecessary stress on you. For no, like, there's no reason for it.
There's no reason for it.
You know? So, but it's like it's learned. It's like childhood stress that leads into like adult stress and stuff like that, where being the perfect one and being, you know, so good at your job and so good at being a sister and so good at this and always making decisions like that, like you innately take on that responsibility where it's not your responsibility anymore.
Right.
You know?
And it's a hard thing to turn off though.
Yeah.
As you get older, because even in like family situations, like, and this is like happened and I've like opened, like you know this, but like in our family, like let's say my mom is fighting with like our other sister. She'll like call me to yell at me about what she did. And I'm like, why are you yelling at me? Like, talk to her. And she's like, well, you need to talk to her about this. And I'm like, I don't need to talk to her about anything. And then in California, she was mad at something that had to do with your dog. And she's calling me and yelling at me. And I'm like, let me put the owner of the dog on the phone because this actually has nothing to do with me. So it's just these like things that are built in. But however, like I still feel like I needed, even though like I feel like I've done really well or I'm getting better at putting
you've definitely
boundaries up and like I still have this anxiety where like 2 days later I'm like shit, and then I call him like whatever happened with that, like it's like wired in me like a robot.
Well, it's just learned stuff from childhood and like I never had to make the decisions. I always had you guys. I was young. You're what, 7 years older than me? So like all the older siblings made the decision and then I just, you know, tagged along and stuff like that. So that innately like carried on into my adult life and stuff, which has benefited me. But also I'm like, okay, I need to like work on things sometimes too.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that's something to like always remember too, because I always saw some of these things as like a negative, but like anything negative you can turn into a positive.
Yeah.
Or anything negative you can like redirect it and maybe refocus your energy. So like for instance, like my last episode was about like overthinking, and like my mind is always like boom, 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 and I have anxiety, and it's like, okay, the truth is I'm an overthinker. I'm always going to be overthinking. Yeah. So let's put that overthinking into like something positive or something,
like into a project that can
exactly
like
become something. Yeah. Overthought my way into Slightly Extra. Like here we are, you know, so like use it for good. Don't overthink to like the negative things or like whatever it is. So that's my like thought process on things. Okay, this is a good question because we were kind of on this topic, but do you think I'm still in big sister mode all the time, or
yeah
okay,
yeah but that's like because you don't even think about it. That's but you so are true.
Yeah. Really? Okay, because I will say with like we're 7 years apart. I feel like growing up our relationship was more like mom or oldest sister. You more like coming to me for advice or looking
like
up to me.
You were
like
more
things.
Of like an authoritative
figure, and you would come to me more for like big life advice.
Yeah, you were more like authoritative versus like Alejandra was just, I would just fight with her. Yeah, because she would just get on my nerves and I would get on her nerves and like whatever. But we never had that relationship. Like we never fought like that.
We never fought like that, and maybe you saw her.
Because we're closer in age.
Yeah, you saw her more as a friend growing up because you're closer in age. Whereas like now that we're older, I think we're more friends, obviously. Yeah. But like, do you still think I have like those? Yeah, 100%. Oh my God, I guess I don't even realize it. Yeah. Oh, okay. Thought I was getting better at that.
No. I mean, I think it's just something that you just, I don't know. I mean, I'm like, you just don't. It's not as overbearing as it was when we were younger because I was significantly younger, but now we're both adults. We both have our own lives. So it's just it'll be like little things where I'm just like, oh yeah, it's just like my older sister. Like she's just being my older sister, you know? Yeah. If I like make a comment about work or if I make a comment about like a decision that I'm making, you're like, well, Annette, but you should, you know,
check this other avenue out or really consider these things.
Yeah. Or like, why didn't you say something? And I'm like, I don't
know. Like, no, you need to speak up and you need to say something. And you're like, what?
Yeah. Like, it's not that deep. It's fine.
Okay. Do you think your birth order, being the youngest, shaped your confidence? Or do you think it hindered your confidence? Because I feel like you're confident.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know.
Where did your confidence come from?
Did it hinder my confidence? I don't think
or
so.
Help it?
I think it probably helped it because I had multiple examples. Like I had 3 older siblings. I had my parents. So I feel like I always had something to relate to or some sort of like example, you know what I mean? If it was like one thing or another. So I think that helped my confidence, but it was also just reassuring that I was like, I have my older siblings. Like if I need anything, I have my older siblings. I don't know. Yeah. I don't think being the youngest like hindered my confidence.
No, I don't think so either. I saw this meme that said like, I think I sent it to you guys, but it was like, I just like thought of, or I just realized that like my oldest sister doesn't have an oldest sibling, so they don't have anyone to like.
Oh, that's sad.
Fall back on. I know. No, but I have you guys.
Yeah.
I know. I was like, wait, that's actually sad. So true. And so like, I am so like, I feel like I'm like that typical like oldest sibling sister like mentality. And I never thought about like, what would it be like to have an older sibling to like rely on if you ever needed something? Like, I don't.
Yeah, that sucks, dude. I wouldn't relate. I don't know.
Wise words from my Gen Z youngest sister. Do you see what I get here when I go to her for advice? Yeah, that sucks.
Well, you have like mom and dad. Your friends.
No, I know. I have like, that's why.
You have like 700 friends. Just so many friends.
And I think this is why I have such a big like friend group.
And I have a very small friend group because it's like, oh, I already had
older sisters. Yeah. And I have you guys.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like now that as we've gotten older and like you're in your late 20s, I'm like in my mid 30s. I can't believe I'm saying that. I'm in my mid 30s. I feel like we're adults now, so our relationship has evolved into like that friendship where now I can go to you guys, like my younger sisters, for advice, because there was a big portion of my life that I couldn't really go to you guys for like advice. Like what, you know, like no offense, but like I'm not going to go to like 14-year-old for advice at the time. But now it's like, okay, I go to my sisters for everything, literally. Like we all talk like every day. I think it's funny too, like going back to the confidence thing. So I feel like confidence for an oldest sibling versus a youngest sibling, I feel like they're both very confident. Like we're both very confident. And from what I've seen of like other siblings, both oldest and youngest siblings are very confident, but like in different ways. Yeah. If you've realized, like I have noticed, and I don't know if this is true, but I feel like older siblings are confident in the sense of they're more like loud, willing to take initiative. They're more like maybe confrontational. It's more like, you know, we were prepared, like kind of military in a sense, right? Like we were trained for this, and we're like more like robotic, like stormtrooper.
I went through boot camp. I did everything.
Literally, we're more like stormtrooper trained. Yeah. Where I feel like with the youngest siblings, what I realized,
it's like kind of like a silent confidence.
I was just gonna say that. Yeah, it's just this like silent confidence, this aura that it's like it's not spoken but it's known that you guys are youngest siblings are extremely confident, but in such a different way. And I think it's so interesting.
I think that's like describes us to a T though, because I'm not confrontational. No, I won't like, if you don't ask me I won't tell you, but I'll have an answer. But if you don't ask me I won't tell you. Like I am not the loudest in the room. I'm never the first to speak up, but like if I'm asked a question, I'll have a good response. You know what I mean? Like it's like this like silent. I don't know. I'm not loud. No. I'm never like the loudest person in the room.
You don't go looking for it or looking for like center stage or to be the main sort of attention. And I'm not saying every youngest sibling is like this, but I kind of feel like
it's kind of like the trend. Yeah.
Based on like the roles and the way that they were raised, where the oldest gets more disciplined and there's more structure maybe in their lives because they're the oldest, versus like the youngest learns it from the oldest and like the other siblings. And so then like confidence is instilled differently as you grow up, which I think is really interesting. Yeah. Okay. Oh, we kind of already went into this, but like I kind of already asked this question, but how do you think your job as a nurse plays into like how you were raised? Which is like, I feel like you're kind of just like common chaos. You kind of like are very easy with rolling in the punches, like rolling with the punches.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, we have a very crazy Hispanic family. And we have like a very loud family. We have a bunch of cousins. Like it's always very chaotic. And like working as a nurse, very chaotic. And that's helped me so much because I've always been like calm, cool, collected. Like my brain, like I'm thinking about everything, and I'm listening to all the conversations and I'm clocking everything. But it's really only helped me at my job. Like maybe sometimes I'll be like I remember this one coworker, she told me like we had this crazy trauma alert come in and my face was just like
blank.
Like it's like, and she came up to me. Yeah, it was just like blank.
No one's home.
Nobody. I'm not here. I don't know where I am. And she came up to me. She was like, Annette, you're just so calm. Do you even care? And I'm like, of course I care. Like this is my job. Of course I care. But like, there's no point in me freaking out. There's no point in letting, because I have the thoughts, like I'm like anxious, I'm scared, I'm all these things, like I'm responsible for a human life. And I'm like, I started nursing at 24. I was like, I'm literally just like a 24-year-old baby, literally. But it's only helped me like keep calm. There's no reason for me to freak out because it's just gonna make the situation worse. So
that's a good point. I feel like that's a good point that you brought up, that you kind of grew up in the chaos.
Yeah.
So you were already calm throughout your entire life in the chaos, like you said, with like we're one of four, so like our household was crazy. Then on top of that, we're Hispanic, and not just Hispanic, we're Puerto Rican, so it's extremely loud. Our families were extremely close growing up, so we had like 20 cousins running around all the time, and you kind of just like sat back and like kind of watched it all. So now at work, I feel like you're in the perfect job for like your personality type.
Yeah.
You're like a perfect person to be like a nurse because you're phased by things, but not to the point where you're just gonna like go and say it and write like I hate my life diary poem like I would.
Yeah.
So
I think so. I think I picked the right career for sure.
For sure. Okay, what's something that you think we've both have outgrown since childhood?
Outgrown? I don't know. Maybe I used to be way more bitchy, but sometimes you still say I'm bitchy. So I don't know.
Yeah, you can still be a little bitchy.
Yeah.
But you're like nicer now. But
I'm
you used to be,
nicer.
Yeah.
I think that was my rebel stage. I was just kind of mean.
Yeah, but I feel like everyone goes through like a stage of that.
Yeah.
Of like the meanness. Yeah, because I was like trying to.
What have you outgrown?
What have I outgrown? I feel like I'm definitely, I think I would say I'm better at the whole people pleasing aspect. I feel like growing up and in my 20s, since I was always like told to be responsible for my siblings, then I like that kind of trickled into, I always felt like a type of responsibility or a sense of responsibility for like my friends, and always making sure that I was the one that was like there, even though nobody may have, not everybody, but maybe some people didn't like reciprocate I can't speak today. Reciprocate it back to me. So I feel like I've gotten better at that because I think I was always thinking of others first instead of putting myself first. And I think lately with like maybe certain relationships or like maybe certain like things or in like friendships or like whatever, I've been very good at like putting my foot down and being like, yeah,
you have way more boundaries than
way
you
more
did
boundaries
before.
And like, yeah, no, like this type of behavior was okay in our 20s or when we were in high school, and I would have continued to be there for you and be your friend, but like I no longer allow this type of behavior or allow like you to talk to me like this or you to treat me this way. Like if you can't change, we're like old now, we're in our mid 30s, like if you're not gonna change and like hear me out and respect me and my boundaries, then like that's it. Like we cannot move forward as like friends or like whatever. So I think I've done a really good job at that, and I'm really proud of myself. And ultimately, like, oh my God, like a weight off my shoulders of like this stress and this pressure of feeling like but like I always have to be there. What if something happens to them and I feel bad? And it's like,
but I think that also just
you can't
came
save
with
everyone.
You being the older sibling and always having to do that for us, so that bled into your friendships. And now it's like, you know, you're never too late to set boundaries.
Exactly.
It's never too late to set boundaries.
I have one for you.
What?
I feel like you're better now at being more present within our family and stuff, and like caring more, maybe taking more initiative and like making plans or like talking to us. Because I feel like since you were the youngest, you expected like us to always reach out to you and check on you, because like that's just like innately what you would do for like a younger
Everybody
sibling,
was always
to
checking
like
in on me, whatever.
Yeah. And so now I feel like you do a good job of reciprocating that and like checking in on us and like being present and more like, okay, taking initiative in that sense.
You're welcome.
You're welcome that I am around. That's so funny.
I'm blessing you.
I'm blessing you with my presence. You're welcome. I read that a lot of family roles are basically like survival skills that we like develop as kids to like either get love or like keep the peace, and like adulthood is kind of learning that like you don't need to play those roles anymore, and that like those roles are still, they could still be beneficial but in different ways. Like we were just talking about, like I don't always have to be the people pleaser. I don't always have to be there for everyone. I don't always have to coordinate things. I don't always have to check in on everyone and like take on everyone else's problems. So it's like it's a good trait to have when needed, but knowing when to like not need something. So like, is there anything that you feel like as the youngest sibling that you had to do, or like a role or certain things that were put on you, but then like as you got older you realized like, yeah, I actually like don't need to do that anymore, or that's not my responsibility, or maybe I do more of this, or like something that you've learned?
I don't know, probably I guess just like you said, waiting for people to like hit me up, waiting for people to make the plans, like taking that initiative. I was so used to other people taking the initiative for me, which also like enabled my
laid backness.
Like laid backness, go with the flow vibes. Like it definitely enabled it because people enabled it for me.
Yeah.
And then I also just was like, well, it's gonna get done by somebody. Like I've got, it's somebody's gonna do it. You know what I mean? So it's
I don't have to worry about it.
I don't have to worry about it. But it's maybe now I'm starting to be like, no, maybe I can do that, or maybe I can take that role, or maybe I can finally make the decision of where we're gonna eat tonight.
Right.
And I'll always pick sushi. So
love it though.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love sushi? Yeah, that's true. And that's a good thing, because that is a good trait to have. Relying on yourself and not on others to get shit done is great to an extent, when you're not overdoing it like me, but when you have like a good boundary on it, or a good hold on it, is always like, it's a good trait to have.
Yeah.
And
well, I think
nice
in a group setting, I think I like see myself pulling back a little bit more, because I'm like, I'm in a group setting, like you guys can make the decision because I just want to keep the peace. Like I'm cool. I'll literally do whatever. You know what I mean? But if it's for myself, I'll make, obviously like I feel like I'm pretty good about like being regimented with myself. But when I put myself in a group setting, I'm like, I'm chill. I'm cool. You
kind of turn off.
I turn off a little bit.
That's so funny, because I'm like the opposite.
Yeah. No.
When I'm in a group setting, it's like, I'm on. What are we doing? What are we eating?
No.
Where are we going? What's the next plan? Is everyone here? Who's got an Uber? Who's got this? It's like,
no.
'cause that's what I've been used to. Okay, speaking of like these old roles, like outgrowing it, when did you realize that maybe you could be the one taking more of the initiative, or maybe you didn't have to always be like the laid back youngest sibling who didn't have to worry about shit? When did you realize that like, okay, maybe I can like also contribute to this family?
Oh. All right. And it turns into a roasting session. Contribute to this family. How can you actually be like of use nowadays?
So how can you actually contribute to my life? What are you bringing to my life?
Okay. I don't know. Probably like in college, maybe when I became a nurse and I was like, wait, life is serious? I'm scared. Yeah. Oh no, I'm getting paid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably like around that time, like after college, where I was just like
Matured. You're
a little bit more mature.
Developed.
Yeah.
26, maybe.
Correct. Yeah. Last year.
Yeah. Last year, your frontal lobe developed. You were like, oh, wait, I do love my family and I should be there and present.
Like once I started taking on more adult roles for myself, like paying my own rent, like just like getting my own car, like everything, I was like, wait a second.
I'm not a child baby anymore.
Baby Chunchi no more.
Not anymore.
But I did third wheel on their California trip, so it's fine.
Yeah, so it's fine. You still get to like.
I like reap the benefits.
You still reap the benefits.
Yeah,
it's okay.
Nobody ever says no to me.
No,
I literally said I want to go, and they're like, okay.
Oh, this is supposed to be our one romantic trip before we maybe start conceiving or something. But okay, you can come.
No, but it wouldn't have been the same without me.
We loved you there, and we had a blast. No, that's such a good point. I feel like for me, when I realized that maybe I didn't have to be like this people pleaser or this like always planning and on top of everything, kind of sucks. I feel like I maybe hit like a breaking point where it all got so overwhelming, and all these years of just like built up things that you like built up and like brush under the rug and like put to the side, and it's like, okay, like because I feel like I'm a very go like
You're
I feel like I'm
nonstop.
nonstop. Like I feel like all my friends and people are like, how do you like, are you okay? Like how do
I just
you
need like a day.
have a life?
You
like,
don't even have a day.
I don't have a day. Like every
That's-
day is like, I got this, I have that, I have this, like that. I'm just like so go. And so I feel like I hit a breaking point where I was like, yeah, I need to take care of myself. And
Yeah.
part of taking care of myself is setting these boundaries and like kind of putting a stop.
Mm-hmm.
And it's weird because like you said, nobody's putting this pressure on me anymore. Growing up,
Yeah.
it was our parents.
Mm-hmm.
As an adult, nobody's putting pressure on me, but like I'm so wired
Mm-hmm.
to do all these things. So it's really hard when like I'm 34 years old. For 34 years, this is like my wiring.
Yeah.
And now
It's
I think
exhausting.
it's exhausting. And I think my
I
breaking
say it
point
all the
was,
time.
like,
I say, oh my gosh, like you must be exhausted.
Like last year I like hit and I was like, what am I doing?
Mm-hmm.
No. And like I'm fine to do it for people who appreciate it
Mm-hmm.
and who give back and who reciprocate.
Mm-hmm.
But there are certain people who don't, and that's where I feel like you have to like, you gotta like cut those like
Yeah.
cut.
But
the
you were
baggage.
doing that and you were going 100,
Mm-hmm.
but you weren't even going 100 for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would be like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It took like, yeah, and it took people like you guys, my sisters, to
Mhm.
really, cause like, and my friends and like some really close friends to be
Yeah.
like, you gotta chill out. Like
Yeah.
you gotta take a breather and breathe. And my husband to be like, you
Yeah.
have to like
You're
take care
putting
of
way too
yourself.
much into
others.
yeah.
And like
like you need to protect your peace.
they were focusing on themselves, and then I was like, oh, okay, well then
Yeah.
fuck that, I'm gonna focus on me too. And
Yeah.
I did. And it's like better. I think we kind of like leaned into this or kind of answered this a little, but do you think people can actually change those traits, or they just learn to balance them better, these inherent traits that we've had from like childhood?
I think you could probably, I don't know if it can fully go away.
Mm-hmm.
Like it can't fully go away. It's still there. Like it's like your body holds all of this, like all these memories and this like, like not that it's like trauma, but like
Yeah.
essentially for your body, it's like trauma, especially like if you're always so worried about something and somebody and you were trained and you were like constantly told every single day, like your body holds on to that. So you can't, it's not going to go away, but it's just about like clocking yourself, understanding like this is how I am and this is why I'm doing the things that I'm doing, and then controlling it better.
Yeah.
Or channeling it into something that's actually like gonna, you put in so much energy into something's gonna come out of that.
Right.
You
Something
know?
positive.
Something
Channel it
positive.
into something positive.
Yeah.
Put your energy.
Then it's worth it.
Exactly. Put your energy.
And you don't feel as like you're not in your head as much about it. You don't feel like you're putting your energy into the wrong people, and then you get mad if they're not giving it back.
Mhm.
And then you grow this sort of like resentment, and it's like you're doing it to yourself though.
Yeah.
Like all of that's you're doing it to yourself.
Yeah.
Nobody's doing that to you.
Right.
You choose who you want to do things, speak to, hang out with, all that
Right.
stuff. You know what I mean? Like do like on the side. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think that's such a good point, because when you're younger, it's like your parents are putting that pressure on you, but when you're older, you are putting that pressure on yourself. Nobody's holding a gun to your head and saying like, you need to be this person's friend, or you need to stay at this job, or you need to do this. Like nobody's doing that. And I think, like you said, it's so like important to channel that energy into something positive and something that's going to benefit you. And because it's like, it's fucking exhausting.
Yeah.
It's exhausting when you're channeling it into the wrong things.
Yeah.
It's just like not okay.
Like I feel like I don't relate to that because I never had that mindset growing up, but I always, and like now you're channeling your energy into like Slightly Extra, which is like amazing, and it's the best podcast in the world. But like on the flip side, like I feel like I've always been pretty good about like protecting my peace, like boundaries. Like I've always been pretty good about that. So like any like traumatic life events, like I felt like I processed that really well. I didn't spiral. I just like let myself like feel it, and like that was a benefit towards me.
Totally.
You know?
Totally. And that's such a good point because I feel like I did the opposite because I was like through like anything traumatic or big that I've ever been through. It was like go, go, go because I was like the one taking care of making sure everyone else was okay and taking care of like all these other things. And so that I never really had the time to focus on myself. I have a question for you. Do you feel though like because you've always been so good at putting up boundaries and being more like nonchalant and not, I wouldn't say like not giving a fuck or not caring, but more just like okay with like putting people at arm's length, do you ever feel like maybe you have a harder time connecting with people or like fully opening up and like being like totally vulnerable with people?
Yeah, for sure. I think people are surprised if I say something to you like Leanne or Alejandra, they'll be like, oh, she said something, don't freak out.
No, me and Alejandra, like she'll be open up about something and we like both like are like and we look at each other and we make a face and we're like, this is a rare occurrence. Don't be weird or she's never gonna tell us anything ever again.
Yeah. No, I feel like I'm really good at processing my own emotions and I'm really good at like taking care of my mental health by myself. I feel like I've just always had, I don't know, I've just always processed my shit. Yeah, like I don't know. But I definitely don't open up to people like very, like I open up to, I open up to my friends, but like I'm definitely, out of all my friends, I'm probably the most reserved out of like all of them with like speaking about like relationship problems or like if somebody was mean to me at work, like I would just like kind of take it on myself. And it's definitely like harmed me because I know, you're my sister and I have like my friends and they want to be there for me. And it's like, you don't have to
take it all on,
bottle it all up. And like, you don't have to process it by yourself. Like you can talk to us and we're not going to judge you and we're not going to do anything. But I'm so good at it. And then I feel like if I'm saying something, like I'm like an inconvenience or like I'm just like, nobody wants to hear about my shit. Like I'd rather hear about other people's stuff and help other people.
Thing, I feel.
Yeah.
You just like bottle up and it's like nobody
you just
really
like
cares
you
about
just
me
become
anymore.
so independent.
Yeah.
Like you become so independent and you just learn to do things by yourself. So when it comes to like this stuff, like it's like, why don't you open up? Why don't you tell us about everything? Like, why don't you? And it's like, I don't know. Like, it's just like it's always been like that,
Do you feel like you ever have though a moment where you might explode because you can't just bottle everything up and process everything? Like to some degree it's very mature and it's very great, but to another
it's toxic
degree,
to like myself.
Is it a little bit are you putting interesting because I think we put pressure on ourselves in different ways. Yeah. Like you put pressure on yourself silently where it's like you can process all of it. And I put pressure on myself in another way as the oldest child, as more like pressure on myself to make sure everyone else is okay. You're more like pressure on yourself to like process
to make sure I'm okay so that I'm there for other people, like type thing.
Right. And meanwhile, I'm like opposite. I put the pressure on myself to make sure everyone else is okay, but then I am not okay because I never take care of myself.
It's so, wow, I've never really thought about I never thought about it like that. I don't know, maybe I will go off one day and that'll be like the wrath.
I'm scared. I'm scared.
I can get mean sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've seen it.
Yeah.
You can get mean sometimes. Not like too mean, but
not
you can get
too mean, but I definitely will like, I'll have like quick remarks and I'll like.
Do you feel though, back to the vulnerability comment, like as someone who is independent and bottles shit up and like doesn't open up a lot, that you have a harder time having deeper connections with people because you don't open up? Not with us as your family, because with us,
I don't know.
But with like your friends?
No, I don't know. I think I have like a good connection with my friends. And I do open up to my friends, like, about, like, my stuff, but it's just not as often.
Right.
Like, it's like, very few and far between. Like, if it's really, really on my mind and, like, we're at dinner and we're having a conversation, like, I'll bring it up and they're all like, oh, my gosh. Okay, like, and it's talking.
She speaks.
Yeah, she speaks. No, but I like, need to start being like comfortable being uncomfortable, because I've just always been so independent and so, you know, just reserved. Yeah. Like, and I like recharge by myself. Like I'll like go in my room, or I'll like take a shower, and I like think, and like that's how I recharge, you know. But it's okay to speak to other people about stuff.
Totally. And I think as someone who I still like, I'm there for other people. However, like weirdly enough, I do like with my family, it's different, and with like some friends, but with like maybe like other people, like I have a hard time opening up about super personal things.
Yeah, I'll open up, but I won't. It depends on the person.
Yeah. So then when I do, I find it very refreshing because you get to hear like other people's point of views, and then you really realize like, holy shit, I really do have like such a strong support system around me, and the people around you are there because they want to help you and they want to open up, they want to be there for you, but like maybe
I'm not even giving them a chance.
Exactly, because as the youngest sibling, you've probably at times felt like a burden. Yeah. In a sense, or maybe like, oh my God, like everyone else has like all this other shit going on. Let me not add to their problems. Let me not be a burden to anyone else. And so it's showed up in like those, like more mature and like relationships you have now as an adult.
Yeah, for sure. Like it's helped me, but it's definitely harmed me. Like in not like, you know, but no, it's not helped me like 100%, you know?
Totally. Well, little exercise for you that now you can like watch, and like 3 months you're gonna go and be like the most open person. Everyone's gonna be like, oh my God, I miss when she shut the fuck up.
I know, literally. Especially with my job too. Like I see some traumatic stuff.
I mean, yeah. You should get like,
and like we just like cope with like dark humor. I really say like the darkest things sometimes.
I have dark humor. Yeah. I'm like the same, but I feel like you guys should have therapists as like ER nurses.
We do. They do offer. We just don't. We just like drink.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not healthy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Talk to someone. Okay. What's something you learned from me? And then I'll do something that I've learned from you that has helped me as an adult.
Something I've learned from Leanne.
Not all at once, please.
I don't know. I feel like I've learned like so much from you. You were always like you put so much pressure on yourself, but you were always such a good example with like, just like going after what you wanted. And like, if you wanted that job, you got the job. If you wanted to do, you know, travel, you went to go travel with your friends. Like if you had fun, like you were like, I'm going 100%, I'm having fun this night. You know what I mean? So I think I definitely just, I don't know, I learned a lot of stuff from you. You have really good work ethic. And I feel like I like admired your work ethic with like, I don't know, even from like high school, like I saw you and you were like always grinding and stuff like that. So then I got a job in high school. And then, you know, I asked her for help for like my college applications, and like you had really good friends, and you had like, you are a really loyal friend. And I always like really wanted, I feel like I found my friends like later a little bit. Like I found my friends in,
but you found your group.
I found my group, but it took a little bit of time. I was in college. You found your group in high school, but I always admired that. And I was always like, I know there are good friends out there, and I know I can be a good friend, but I was picky with who I was. Like I knew there was a good group out there. You know what I mean? And I saw it through you. I saw you being a good friend. So.
Oh, that's so sweet. That's so nice.
Yeah.
Love knowing that I did something right in this life. For you, as like your energy, youngest sibling, what I like have constantly always admired is just like your grace through everything. Because listen, I'm all the things that she said. I am, but do I have grace in this life sometimes? No, not always. No, I'm not necessarily the most graceful and the most like quiet and like whatever. So like I am impulsive and all these things, but
really?
No, just a tad. I could be like impulsive, and then like 20 minutes later I'm like, fuck, I shouldn't have reacted like that. But I love that you think before you speak, you think before you act. Like you were just saying, you really take the time to process things and then you'll like give a response, and then you'll act, or like you just kind of let things go. It's giving like kind of like Princess Diana vibes, I feel. Like it's like royal. I feel like you would like blend
poise.
You're so poised. You would blend perfectly into like a royal family. And like they'd be like,
I could fully
you
fake
would
it.
fully, they'd be like,
I'm
these are the
such a
rules you have to
phony.
follow. And that would be like, great.
Amazing.
Like amazing. Because
I've
you're
been
so
following
poised
them
and
already.
like, like you're just like so nice and like warm. And so like, it's just, I feel like in that aspect, you're so mature for your age. I feel like you always have been.
Yeah.
Because like you grew up with like seeing us and stuff, but like you grew up very quick. I mean, in like, what was
I
it, like
definitely grew
second
up very
grade, you
quick.
were shaving your legs because you saw me shave your legs. And I was like, Mom, she's fucking shaving her legs in the bathtub.
I don't remember that.
You're like in the bathtub in like a bubble bath, and like your leg is up and you're shaving. And I'm like, you are like 7. Like, what are you
I don't
doing
remember that.
shaving your legs? But I've always admired.
But I've heard of this story before, but I
Yes.
don't remember.
Literally. How poised and graceful you are, and like your whole like not worrying about the little stuff and only putting your energy into the shit that matters, into the people that matters, into the things that matter. I put my energy into anything and everything because I'm so full force with like, oh yeah, let's do everything, and it's like you can't. I'm one person, there's no way. And so
It's just exhausting.
it's exhausting. And so you've really taught me and helped me to like, no, don't do that. And it's okay to say no and put your foot down and like, no, don't be her friend. That's fucked up. Put your foot down. Like, she's been a bad friend to you for like this, like, stop.
Yeah.
And so you've empowered me to like do these things and
Like,
feel
it's okay
good
not
about
to
it.
answer
Yeah.
your text messages sometimes. It's okay to
Yeah.
just like retreat and just like if you need to be by yourself for a
Yeah.
sec, like be by yourself
Yeah.
for a sec. It's okay.
So like basically like be present and
Yeah.
to learn to like love myself and be like focus on myself and spend time on really like nurturing and caring for myself.
Yeah. And if you're also like super worried, like, oh, if I don't answer this text message, my friend's going to be so mad at me and stuff like that. Like, you don't, I don't know, at least for me, I don't
that's not
want
your
to
friend.
surround. Yeah, that's not my friend. And I don't want to like have people in my life that wouldn't give me the benefit of the doubt. Like, I feel like I
Right.
always give, no matter what, I will give my friends and my family the benefit of the
Always.
doubt, whether like it annoyed me or not, just because like I love them and it's just coming from love, you know?
Yes, agree. Allow the person to like explain
Yeah.
and then make your decision and
Yeah.
like go off on from there, but always like give people, lead with grace and lead with like not thinking the worst
Yeah.
in people. I've had to learn that, and you taught me that, which is like great because I always like went to like the worst, and I was like, you purposely did this, and I
Yeah.
was like, no, I didn't, but it's like most of the times they did because I'm really smart. I have like the best intuition. I have the best intuition on things. Like literally something will happen, and I'll be like, I know that she talked to this person, and this person said this person, and then they went to this person showed them, and they're like, my sister was like, what are you talking about? I'm like, bet that it's the truth.
Yeah.
4 weeks later, it fucking happens. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I told you bitches. I know these things.
I don't know. People are just mean to you, though.
I know, right?
I don't know why people are not mean to me, though. I don't know why.
Maybe they don't really respect me. Maybe it's all like fake.
I don't know.
I always tell them because like I always
Like, because people say the craziest things to you, and then to me, they don't even.
but I will be just like sitting there in silence. Like
Yeah.
you've seen it. Like
Yeah.
we'll be like sitting there, I'm minding my own business, and someone out of nowhere
off.
will just like, hey, how are you? And say something like bitchy to me or something. And I'm like, I don't even know this person. Like I'm like, I barely even talk to you.
Yeah.
It's like so weird.
It's so strange.
I was like, do I have like something tattooed on my forehead that like what is that?
Fair game.
Yeah. Roast me.
Yeah.
If you could, you know what I think it is? Sorry, going back to that. I think I come off too nice at first.
Do I come off bitchy?
Yeah.
What? Strange.
Like stoic. Not bitchy. I think you're stoic, and I think people are like, I'm not gonna fuck with her. But I feel like I'm like, hey, oh my god, how I'm like, hi, nice to meet you, and I'm like so bubbly and nice that people are like, oh, she's a stupid little bitch I can fuck with.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, and then when they do, they're like, oh
whoa.
my god. I'm like, yeah, bitch, no, honey,
I guess I do come off as like
a little stoic.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had a coworker be like, "Can I hug you?" And I was like, "Yeah, you can give me a hug."
You're like, don't you dare fucking touch.
They were like,
me.
I don't know. I just was like, is she like into the touching or whatever?
Don't you lay a fucking finger on me. You should have said that. I'm like, just kidding, of course. Don't come fucking near me. Okay.
Yeah.
if you could redo how we grew up, what would you change about our dynamic? That's a good question.
I don't think I would change it.
Yeah,
I think
no.
it was fine.
I think so too.
Yeah.
So we're also 7 years apart.
Yeah. Like, it's
So-
only natural to have had the relationship that we had at that age
Yes.
because of our age different, and like that's a
That's a big age
that's a big
gap
yeah
when
that's
you're
a big
young.
age. Yeah.
As you get older, it's like, and life shit happens. It's not that
Yeah.
whatever. Like 7 years is like whatever.
Mhm.
But when you're young, it's a big age gap.
Mm-hmm.
What's something you're proud about on how we've both evolved?
Ooh. I don't know. I'm just proud of like where we are now. I think a lot of crazy stuff has happened to us, and I think we, you know, as a family and as like sisters and stuff, but we really handled it with like grace.
Mm-hmm.
We were really mature about stuff. Where we, I don't know, like we never let it get in the way of things. We're both like successful with our careers. I don't know. I think we like have a pretty solid head on our shoulders. And I think we have a good like support system within like me, you, and Alejandra.
Mm-hmm.
And our relationship has only grown better
Yeah,
and stronger, and we've only gotten closer. But I am like really fucking proud of just like we're some strong ass bitches.
Yeah.
May not seem like it, but we're some strong
may
ass
not
bitches.
seem like, especially from
we
my
might just seem like bitches, but we're strong.
we got the muscles to prove it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and definitely like them listening, like if you're like listening to my other episodes and like now you're on this episode, they're like, is she okay? Like this girl
Yeah.
seems insane, but I
Yeah.
swear I'm not that insane.
Yeah.
I'm just I'm not more insane. I'm just like letting loose on the podcast and like being my full self. But yeah, no, I agree. I think I'm proud of how far we've evolved, like with our roles as like youngest sibling and like maybe feeling like more detached or like quiet or like you never like spoke up or just felt like I didn't want to ruffle feathers, and me always being like I have to be like the family manager and make sure
Oh my
everyone's
God,
okay.
you are the family manager.
And that's
That is
fine. I
such
feel like
a
I always
good-
will be.
That is such a good way of describing.
The family manager and making sure everyone's like okay and on top of their shit.
And I'm like the hardest client.
my hardest client. But no, I'm proud in how we have both even learned from each other, all of us as
Yeah.
like sisters and stuff. And I will just say like having sisters is fucking awesome. Like
It's the best. I
it's
really
like it's
don't
crazy
know
what I would do without you guys.
Yeah.
Like,
I talk about you guys everybody knows about my sisters.
Yeah.
All my friends know about my sisters. I talk to my coworkers about my sisters. I don't know what I would do without my sisters.
no, me neither. Sister dynamics are some of the
It's
most
just like life.
crazy
Yeah.
things. Like they're the most craziest fights you'll ever get into,
Mhm.
but it's like the craziest bond and like friendship and love and just like that you'll ever experience
Yeah.
in your life, which is because it's like it's like you're stuck with them forever, but like
Yeah.
you want to be stuck with, I mean, at least for us, it's like we want to be stuck with each other forever, and genuinely we love each other and like are all so mature and learn from each other. So
Yeah.
It's a
Like
great
genuinely
thing.
like
Yeah.
you and Alejandra are my best friends.
yeah,
And I wouldn't like want any.
change it for the world.
Yeah.
Change it for the world. And it is fun too, like when you're younger, the fights and like, you know, and also like you just like kind of like, at least for me, I was like, ugh, I'm like, not so much you because we were so different in age, but with Alejandra, our middle sister, she just always wanted to be with me everywhere, and I'm like, ugh, she's like not cool enough to be with around my friends and stuff, and like it was always like,
Poor
ugh,
Alejandra.
I don't want this little sister around me. But now it's like I talk to her. It's like, what would I do without you guys? I have no idea. So as you get older, it's fun seeing like how much our relationships have evolved and for the better.
Yeah.
I
agree.
But yeah, I think this was good. And I think this was just like a really good, fun talk of just like learning that those roles don't define us anymore. They're always going to be a part of us.
Yeah.
But we just evolve with them. We grow. We blend it into something good. Like you said, put your energy into something positive. You can outgrow some of those things. and still always like love yourself. And like,
Yeah.
I think anything like, you know, those like, and I'm not, and I can't deal with this, people who are like victim mentality, that it's like, oh, but like this happened to me when I was younger and this happened to me. Like, it's like,
I don't think we're like that.
no. But I think if you ever feel that way, like take that and let it fuel you to like be better, like learn from it, grow from it, let it fuel you because I feel like people who have always had it good in life, they don't have that energy of people who have like been through something serious.
Yeah.
So like, don't let that get you down. Let it fuel you. Whatever dynamic, whatever role you played, younger, good, bad.
Yeah.
Let that seep into your adult life in a positive way. Alter what you need to alter and like keep evolving.
Yeah.
For the best.
I agree. And I think like we're, not to brag, but we're like a good example of like a big age gap that evolved. There was like more of like a respect sort of relationship first because she was so much older than me, that evolved to like a friendship, like even better. Like we're always like, you know, we were always sisters, but it was just a different dynamic. And then learning from each other, growing with each other, going through stuff together, like her strengths played into like helped me out, my strengths helped her out, you know what I mean? So that's just
definitely.
Yeah.
And now it's like we're the best of friends that anyone could ever have. Because I have the perfect youngest sister who could do no wrong.
This is correct.
And with that, thank you so much for being on the
you.
podcast. I hope it wasn't too scary and bad.
No, I had fun. I was happy to come.
Yay, thank you. See, I didn't really roast you that bad.
No.
Not at all, actually.
Yeah, how could you contribute to this family? It's
Never gonna forget
wild.
that.
Absolutely wild.
She's gonna have to go home and process that for a few weeks, and then I'll hear back from you in 3 weeks and be like, hey,
Yeah.
just processing your comment.
Leanne, so oh my gosh, her name on my phone is Perfection. She just wants me to be her so bad.
I mean, you kind of stole my identity, but it's okay. We'll leave it at that. Anyway, thank you everyone for tuning in this week, and we'll see you next time for the next episode of Slightly Extra. Bye.
Bye.